together. All right, all right, all right. Sorry about that. Um, it's your girl Nurse Reese. And you're watching another video of Nurse Reese in the City. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, share, share. Leave your comments down below, any video suggestions or anything like that. But I am about to get into this because I do not want to waste any time at all. I want to really just dive into it. So I'm about to dive in it. All right, let's do this. We're going to talk about Wilkes University. Lord have mercy. That's really all I can say is Lord have mercy. Whew. Just, I'm going to get into this. Just give me 2 seconds. Yeah, I could just really just shake my head at this, was all that's going on. hmm So the last video that I did, I talked about how, Wilkes is a means to an end. And, you just kind of want to just, go through the motions so that you can, get to the end, everything like that, right? One of the things that I mentioned, I reviewed with you guys are the discussions and how, the discussions are basically 150 words for the initial and for the responses. And the initial post would be due on Wednesday and the response would be due on Sunday, right? Seems pretty typical, right? Oh, honey chow. Wilkes University has decided to make a 7-day week 6 days. To make a 7-day week 6 days, and you're paying the same money, right? You're paying the same money. So what does that mean? What does that really mean? Right? What is that? What is a 6-day week? What does that look like? What does that look like? It looks like your initial posts are due on Thursdays. Oh, cool, 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 right? But then your responses are due Saturday by 11:59. Now let's take a deeper dive into this because it may not really seem like a big, 1 day shorter, right? But let's think about the people who are working Monday through Friday, right? You're working Monday through Friday, or you're working Monday through Friday and you're doing your clinicals 2, 3, 4, 5 days a week, right? So theoretically, you'll be working anywhere from 12, 16 hours, all depending, right? All depending on what, all depending, okay? All depending on how you're trying to do that. When do you have time to do things like psych evaluations? When do you have time to do your SOAP notes, to do your reading, to do your studying for any exams that you may have, to do anything? Maybe Saturday and Sunday, right? But no, Wilkes doesn't give you the Sunday. So now you have to try to do everything Saturday. If you work or you're tired or whatever the case may be. So for a school that is supposed to give you flexibility to do things pretty much at your own pace and things like that, they are not living up to that expectation at all. I mean, I really just can't wrap my mind. And then let's think about it like this too, right? So for instance, you have a that's due. Now it's due by Saturday at 11:59, right? But then your preceptor has to sign off on it and send it back to you. Let's say you're working on it on Saturday. Your preceptor works Monday through Friday. I mean, they're precepting you, but they may not really want to be bothered on the weekend, right? So now you're like inconveniencing them per se, or whatever the case may be, or maybe they want to do it on Sunday, you know, especially preceptors who've been doing this for a while, or whatever the case may be. And to say, I don't want to say it's unfair. It's almost it's inconsiderate. It's very inconsiderate what they're doing. And the worst part about it is they don't let you know in advance. You don't find out these changes until you either paid your money, you got your loan, whatever financial aid, whatever you got going on, and the class opens. Oh, let's talk about that, right? So classes are supposed to open the Friday before, no, the Friday before classes start, which would be that Monday. For some odd reason, my particular class, one out of the two, didn't open until Sunday. So these changes and things that are going around are, and you're hearing it. It's hearsay. It's rumored what's going on from your people. If you're on the Facebook groups or whatever, you're hearing things, but you're like, you don't have an opportunity to see it with your own eyes, right? So then the class opens on Sunday, which is the day before classes start. So now you're going through all your syllabus and all the things, and it changes. So let's talk about this, right? So now they changed the graduate handbook and the guy, whatever. It's not even changed. It's still saying that, you know, discussions are due, initials are due Wednesday, and the responses are due Sunday. And it's a confusion. So then they send out even the syllabus, the same thing on the syllabus. It's all confusion. They haven't updated it. Like, when did they make this decision? When did they make this decision? You think they would have put some thought into it? They make the decision, and they would be thorough about it, right? And they would make sure to go through every single thing to make sure that it all lines up. And even to this day, it doesn't line up. And then you're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay, so for instance, psych evals are due this week, right? But if you and then this is the funny thing, in the syllabus, nowhere in the syllabus does it say when the psych evals are due. It basically says, we'll just say it says the end of the week, or it says the I don't want to get it, but it's vague. It's pretty vague, right? So you would think that in the actual assignment you'll go and you'll get a clarification. But if you go to a little content area and you go to the actual assignment, it says that it says that what does it say? It says that it's due Sunday. So I'm like, and it's the same thing. It says the initial responses are due Wednesday for like the soap notes and so on and so forth. So I'm just taken aback. I am just taken aback at the dysfunction, the disorganization, the level of inconsiderateness. It's stressful. It's beyond stressful, and especially for people who this is their last run, or they're just starting with their clinicals. And you know what? It doesn't even matter. If you started with this school and things were one way, and then they just change the program, the changes usually affect those who are just coming into the program. you know and I understand that that would mean, some people who are in the graduate program, or they're doing a certification, they would still be coming in on the tail end. But if they're coming in on a tail end, they need to be grandfathered in with the same people that are in that same phase, if that makes sense. It might not really make sense, but either way, it's just they just do whatever they want to do, and they don't care how it affects you, or it's not what you signed up for. And that is what is so bothersome to me. None of this is what I signed up for. Oh, and it gets better. So I want y'all to hang out for a little bit, because I'm gonna give y'all some tea today. I got a couple of minutes. I got time today. Oh, I'm gonna give y'all some tea, because this school is bad, crazy. It's bad, crazy. Okay, it's just crazy. The school is crazy. It's crazy. The things that they are doing are crazy. So that was just the changes from the Wednesday to Sunday to Thursday to Saturday, right? If you're not keeping up with me, leave a comment below. Let me know, and I'll try to get back into it. All right. Um, I'm gonna try. Whoo, whoo. All right. Let's just talk about how. Oh, let's talk about how people were getting kicked out of their classes. Lord have mercy. People have been getting kicked out of their classes. This is the first time I've ever seen a message that popped up when you start school, and it's like, "Oh, just be aware that you may be moved around like your pieces on a chessboard. You may be moved around for up until the first 3 weeks of class. Make sure to keep a copy of all of your work." What? So you're doing all the work is getting graded, and then you may be moved to another section. And then once you get moved to the section, you have to so never mind if the week went from 7 to 6 days. Now you have to re-upload your stuff, re-respond to people, to new people. What? I don't know if y'all following me, and I'm very frustrated, but I really want to get this off. I don't want to keep this in any longer because I want y'all to know what is going on. And I want you to know when it comes to Wilkes University, I give it a negative 10 out of 10. I'm going to repeat that again. I give it a negative, when it comes to Wilkes University, a negative 10, negative 10 out of 10. Okay, a negative 10 out of 10. Not only are they moving people to different sections, they're literally taking people out of school. They're taking them out, just taking them out. And for some of these people, it's not even a financial aid thing. It's not even. It's just they're just taking them out. And then it's like, oh, sorry, it was a mistake. Or people have enough going on to deal with in their regular lives, enough to go on, enough stuff going on within their school life where they're trying to keep up. When now the week is 6 days, and y'all are just pulling people out of classes because of negligence, because of incompetence. Let's talk about the peds. So there was confusion with peds and your clinicals. Peds was supposed to be 17 and under. In the orientation, they tell you 19 and under. And I'm an advocate for y'all. I'm an advocate for us. I'm gonna find out what it is, and I'm gonna let everybody know because we got to stick together. We got to work together. That's the only way we're gonna get up out of this, right? So some people are thinking it's 19 and under, and they're logging their peds as 18, 19, and they're not getting credit for it. They're not getting credit for it. So now they made some change. I can't, it's so much confusion. It's not even gonna make sense if I tell y'all. It's not even gonna make sense if I tell. But let me get some receipts. So just some of the foolishness, some of the everyday foolishness that you see at this school. And then let's talk about this, right? I don't want to say favoritism or whatever it is, but so the school week has changed. It's 6 days now, so it effectively it goes till Saturday 11:59. However, you have some instructors that are still allowing their students to do their work and hand it in on Sunday, and that's nice. That is nice. And even the dean or the chair of the program let one I'll say cohort um do some work on Sundays because there was some with the clinical placement. They wasn't placing people. They weren't placing them. And I'm gonna read y'all something. I'm gonna read y'all something, honey, because it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Ooh, did I copy? Yes. Okay. So I don't know if y'all can see this. Okay. And if you look a little bit, this wasn't to me, but this was to somebody that was in one of their first clinical courses, right? The didactic. Y'all already, if you run it back or whatever, once this post, then you could screenshot if you like. But I'm gonna read you what was sent out yesterday. And it says, this is from the graduate nursing academic team. Okay. It says, I am informing you that you will not be placed. So this was someone that was pulled out of the class. I am informing you that you will not be placed back into this didactic, right? The decision was reached by the graduate nursing academic team. Unfortunately, listen, y'all. Unfortunately, this semester has been a challenging one. Students who were not financially cleared were removed. Lack of a clinical site and preceptor availability also prevented students from being enrolled in didactic and clinical courses. Now, this is from a program who was guaranteeing clinical placement, right? And then switched up the terminology, but that's a whole nother situation. Y'all can go to other videos for that, right? But I just want y'all to really have a good understanding of the foolishness that is going on at this school, and it is stressful. Okay. It's unnecessary. We need to just be able to do our work and keep moving. But hold on, moving forward. Many clinical agencies are still feeling the effects. They blame it on the pandemic, right? From the pandemic, with a shortage of preceptors, as the semester began, some students were entered into courses without their knowledge and then subsequently withdrawn from those courses for lack of participation. Okay. So, talk to me. How does someone become enrolled in a course without their knowledge? Why would they be enrolled in a course? Like, I've never, talk to me now. How does that happen? Or was it that they had clinical placement, but y'all didn't notify them? They were waiting on a notification from the school to let them know that they had clinical placement, and y'all don't reach out to anybody to tell you that you have clinical placement. If you don't know to look in place, your placement will be approved and in place. And in place, it's a system called in place that they use. But you have to like look at it daily to see. If you're not checking, you'll never know. Or if you don't stay on top of these people and call, email, you can't call them. Huh, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. If you don't email them and stay on top of these people, you'll never know. You have to be so proactive. Anyway, you gotta be proactive, okay? In life, you want to be proactive, but you really gotta be proactive here at this school if you want to be successful, okay? Anyway, moving forward. So unfortunately, the timing of all this will prevent students from being re-enrolled as we are now in week 3 of a 12-week academic semester. Okay. And then they just say a whole bunch of fluff. They apologize and so on and so forth. And, mm. It's like I said, they're pulling people for whatever reasons. Some of them are mistakes. And then someone just got a message talking about they didn't meet their pediatric numbers, and do they know if they're going to be able to reach them by this term? But they actually reached their clinical numbers. So the team that's supposed to know what's going on don't have a clue. I'm confused. I'm confused, but I'm gonna mind my business because I know I got my stuff done. There's so much stuff going on with this school. I honestly don't even have the nerve right now to really just go into every single thing that's going on. But it is a nightmare. It has turned into a nightmare. At the beginning, it was bearable. It's little stuff here and there. Oh, okay, I'll pay for my own clinical placement because I don't want to deal with y'all foolishness, right? You try to avoid it. You try to be proactive and do everything that you can to control the situation, control the narrative. But then they do everything in their power to make it more difficult. And it's like, why? Why? And I told you guys that the preceptor that I have now is one that I initially had and wanted to have for my past 2 terms. But he had 2 students already. So they have their own little rule that the preceptor can only have 2 students from the school. So I ended up paying someone more money to precept me just to get smacked in the face for this term, and them to allow the preceptor to have more than 2 students as long as more than 2 at a time don't overlap. Then they tell me, oh yeah, well, we can't, because I asked for reimbursement. Like, this is ridiculous because I wouldn't have had to come out of my pocket with this money, if y'all would have just worked with me, but whatever. So I asked them to reimburse me for that extra money that I had to pay. So someone tells me, well, we can't reimburse you, but we can reimburse the preceptor. What? Or not even reimburse the preceptor. They can pay the preceptor the difference. Y'all know I already paid this man in full. The agent, the whatever it was, in full. All right. Well, either way, still pay him. Pay him so he can give me the money, right? I ain't telling it like that, but basically, right? And then they're like, what did they say? They basically said they're gonna check with somebody. Well, you just said you could give him the difference, so give him the difference. Now the new chair of the program, she's like, "Oh yeah, we don't have the funds. We can't do that." You don't have the funds. You can't do that. What are you talking about? And then you have other students who their preceptors are getting $1,500 stipends. I don't know what's going on. You can't give my preceptor $500 or whatever it is, but you're giving other preceptors stipends of 1,500. I can't keep up. I literally can't keep. I honestly cannot keep up. Again, Wilkes University, negative 10 out of 10. I do not recommend. I do not recommend it at all. At all. At all. Before this semester, I still didn't recommend it, but I would recommend it at your own risk. You know what I mean? At your own risk. I still don't recommend it. And now I definitely do not. I will not recommend this. I recommend Capella to everybody. Capella, Capella, Capella. If you could write, go to Capella, 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 Capella. But that's for a different program. I don't want to confuse y'all. They do not offer APRN programs. They don't do that, right? But I don't recommend the school to anyone. To anyone. Unless you like chaos and confusion. If you like chaos and confusion, this is your place. This is the perfect place for you. If you like them changing things at the end last minute, perfect place for you. Perfect. If you like them not executing upon what they said they were going to do, perfect place. Perfect place. You like them changing up their stories? Perfect place. Perfect place for you. It's not for me, though. It's not for me and anyone that I care about. And I care about y'all. But if you want to do it, like I said, do it at your own risk. If you're already here, then you've been forewarned, and you know what to look out for. And honestly, if I had someone like me to break this stuff down, at least I know. At least I know. I mean, you can look at it that way. But it's like when you're going in blind and you're just getting smacked this left and right. You're like, whoa, stop it. I didn't sign up for this. I just signed up to go to school and to get this little certificate, keep it moving. But that's where I'm at with it now. Um, I'll update you guys soon. But I mean, I can't really see any more. Well, I'll keep you guys abreast to what's going on, especially those who are thinking about coming, or those who, like I said, are planning on starting, I guess, in the spring or whatever. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them down below. It's a me. I appreciate you appreciating the videos, but I'm just so tired of the school for real. And it's so sad because I wanted to do. It really is sad because I wanted to do the AGMP here, but I can't stomach it. I can't stomach. I'm counting down the days, the weeks. I can't stomach it. And I have already looked into. If I decide to do that, I've already looked into other places. And there's this saying. What does it say? There's a saying of just going with the beast that you know, or whatever it is. I just can't stomach it. I can't stomach it. I can't stomach it, y'all. But anyway, I just wanted to drop in real quick. It's been a little while. Just wanted to give you guys an update, let you know what it is, what's what. All right. If you guys have any questions, like I said, hit me up on Instagram. Oh, yeah. You can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna just say one more time. If you guys have any questions, I see some people popping in, but I am about to go. I'll round this up to 25 minutes. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Drop them down below. And that's about it. If you guys want any one-on-ones or anything like that, don't hesitate to book a consultation. And that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed your summer. I know I thoroughly enjoyed mine, honey. Oh, yes. Got a tan that won't leave, but that's all right. But I had a real nice summer. Hope you guys enjoyed yours as well. Looking forward to the fall and all the festivities and things like that. Yeah. Holidays and all that good stuff. But it's your girl, Nurse Reese, signing out. It's Reese. See you later, guys.